Imagine holding in your hand a coin worth almost $1 million. Yes, a single penny. But not just any penny. This is the 1984 D Lincoln 1 cent with a rare mint mark error. A treasure so extraordinary that collectors across the nation would stop at nothing to add it to their collection. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, but that assumption could cost you more than you think. In a world where ordinary coins lie forgotten in drawers, one small mistake by the mint transformed this penny into a legendary piece of numismatic history. And today, in the thriving world of rare coins, its market value has skyrocketed to $956,000. Now, before you dismiss it, let me ask, how many opportunities do we get in life to stumble upon something this rare? That question alone might keep you awake tonight. The story begins in 1984 at the Denver Mint. The Lincoln cent had been a staple of American currency for decades, but that year, an unusual anomaly appeared. The D mint mark, symbolizing Denver, was struck incorrectly on a handful of pennies. Only a select few ever left the mint with this error, creating an extreme rarity that has collectors reaching into their deepest pockets. This isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of history, a tangible connection to a moment when the ordinary became extraordinary. Think about it, billions of pennies were produced in 1984, but only a minuscule fraction carry this golden ticket. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, except this needle could make you a millionaire. And yes, that's exactly why the urgency to act is real. These coins don't sit around waiting for casual buyers. Let's talk about why collectors are desperate for this penny. It's not just the rarity, it's the story. Each coin carries the imperfections of the minting process, a subtle irregularity that makes it unique. Experts analyze the spacing of the letters, the depth of the strike, and the tiniest anomalies to authenticate it. One misstep and a coin is ordinary again. That's where your fear of missing out should kick in. You could have this fortune sitting in your drawer without even realizing it. And here's a pattern interrupt for you. Did you know that if you dropped a regular penny from the Empire State Building, it wouldn't kill anyone? Just like ordinary coins, most are harmless. But the 1984 D error, that little copper disc could kill your financial worries forever. Suddenly, a penny isn't just metal. It's a life-changing asset. Collectors pay top dollar for provenance, condition, and rarity. This coin has all three. In today's market, when the world is hungry for tangible wealth and investments that grow over time, owning a coin like this is more than hobby. It's status, security, and a legacy for generations. Picture this. A private collector, late-night bidding, the room tense with anticipation. The 1984 D penny appears on the auction block. The gavel hits and $956,000 changes hands. Every heartbeat counts in that room. That's the excitement, the adrenaline, the reward of finding something that others only dream about. And here's the reality check. Opportunities like this are fleeting. Once this coin leaves the market, it won't come back. That's why anyone with a potential 1984 D penny shouldn't hesitate. Every day it remains hidden is a day someone else could claim your fortune. Imagine holding in the palm of your hand a tiny piece of history, a coin that has silently witnessed over half a century of America's story. And now, that very coin could be the key to a life-changing fortune. I'm talking about the 1964 D Lincoln 1 cent penny coin error, a coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors are willing to pay close to $953,000 for it today. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a penny. Not exactly the lunch money you were expecting to find under the couch cushions, right? This is where the story begins, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. In 1964, the United States Mint struck billions of pennies for everyday transactions. But hidden among the millions was a small number of Lincoln cents from the Denver Mint bearing a rare, stunning error. These errors could be double dies, misstrikes, or anomalies so unusual that experts literally hold their breath when one surfaces. To the untrained eye, it looks just like any other penny. But to those who know, it's a golden ticket. Here's where the excitement builds. These coins are no longer just currency. They are a symbol of history, scarcity, and the thrill of the hunt. In a world where most coins are thrown into jars or forgotten in drawers, the 1964 D penny error represents opportunity. An opportunity, my friends, waits for no one. Imagine the adrenaline when someone opens a dusty old coin roll and suddenly holds a coin that could change their life forever. That's the thrill collectors live for. Ever think your kid's piggy bank could actually be a millionaire's vault in disguise? Yeah, me neither, until now. The demand for this penny is not hypothetical. Collectors, investors, and even museums are on a relentless hunt. Why? Because rarity drives value. This is the kind of coin that sparks bidding wars, where every offer adds another zero to its perceived worth. And unlike most collectibles, these coins are tangible, small, and absolutely portable, a fortune that fits in the palm of your hand. But here's where urgency comes in. Coins like the 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent error are vanishing fast. Many have been discovered, authenticated, and locked away in private collections. Others sit hidden, waiting for the keen-eyed collector to uncover them. If you happen to stumble upon one in your own collection, or inherit a dusty box of old coins, time is of the essence. The difference between selling today or waiting could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even $1 million. Now, let's pause for a moment. Why is this penny so valuable? It's simple. This coin is the perfect storm of history, scarcity, and the human desire for ownership of something exceptional. Its age tells a story. Its rarity signals exclusivity. And its demand is a roaring engine that keeps pushing its value higher. Every 1964 D penny error in existence is a silent ambassador of American history, and collectors understand that. They know this is not just a coin. It's an investment, a treasure, and a legacy. Think of it as the James Bond of coins, small, unassuming, but capable of delivering a very, very big impact. As we connect the dots, one thing becomes clear. Coins like the 1964 D Lincoln cent error are not just collectibles. They are life-altering opportunities. They are proof that sometimes incredible fortune can be hiding in the simplest, most overlooked places. That humble penny, once destined to buy a candy bar or ride the bus, now holds the potential to buy dreams, freedom, and security for generations. The takeaway is undeniable. If you are watching this and happen to own rare coins, or even just a box of old pennies, you owe it to yourself to examine, verify, and act. One penny could be your passport to a lifestyle most only dream about. And for collectors, the race is on. The sooner you recognize the value, the sooner you can turn opportunity into reality. So, next time you hold a Lincoln cent in your hand, pause. Look closely. That ordinary copper disc may not be so ordinary after all. It may be history in your palm. It may be a fortune waiting to be claimed. And for those who act decisively, it may very well be the moment that changes everything. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, one that looks ordinary at first glance, yet hides a secret worth nearly $1 million. Sounds like something out of a treasure hunter's dream, doesn't it? Well, this isn't fiction, it's real, and it's called the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. For decades, it quietly slipped through the hands of the public, often mistaken for a regular penny, while quietly accumulating immense value in the world of rare coin collectors. If you thought your pocket change was worthless, think again. This is not just a coin. It's a gateway to a story of fortune, luck, and a thrilling financial possibility few ever experience. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? Are you sure it's worth that much? And I get it. That's exactly the reaction most people have before they discover the truth. This is where excitement meets opportunity, and hesitation could cost you millions. Let's take a step back. In 1971, the United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. Almost every single coin was stamped with a D for Denver or a S for San Francisco. But somehow, a rare batch emerged without any mint mark at all. These coins were released into circulation quietly, like hidden gems slipping through cracks unnoticed by the masses. The world wasn't ready for it, and most people didn't even realize they were holding a potential fortune in their hands. Here's where the story gets fascinating. Collectors are obsessed with rarity and authenticity. A 1971 no-mint mark penny is not just a coin. It is a symbol of scarcity in a world flooded with the ordinary. Its unique production error makes it a crown jewel for high-end collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of history that others can only dream about. The current market value? An astonishing $987,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for what looks like a simple copper penny. You might be asking yourself, is this really possible? Could this be mine? And here's where the fear of missing out sets in. Every year, coins like this vanish from circulation, snapped up by collectors, investors, and dealers before the average person even knows they exist. The clock is ticking, and the opportunity is fleeting. Now, let's connect the dots. This coin is more than metal. It's a testament to history, chance, and fortune. Imagine discovering one tucked away in an old jar of coins at home or hidden in a forgotten drawer. The excitement of realizing that what you once considered small change could unlock unimaginable wealth is exhilarating. It's that rush, the same feeling that drives collectors to hunt relentlessly, scanning through thousands of coins, knowing that just one could be the key to life-changing fortune. And here's a truth that every serious collector knows. Scarcity drives value. The fewer available, the higher the demand. And right now, the 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent is in high demand, coveted by wealthy collectors across the United States. The value isn't just a number. It's a reflection of desire, competition, and rarity. Every coin that enters the market sparks a bidding war, turning ordinary pennies into extraordinary investments. So, what does this mean for you? If you own this coin, you are sitting on a rare opportunity, a tangible asset with a value approaching $1 million. The urgency isn't just about selling. It's about recognizing that the world of rare coins is fast-moving. Today's overlooked penny could be tomorrow's headline auction. And for those who have ever dreamed of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, this is a story that proves it's possible. Collectors and investors are not patient. Each passing day, the 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent becomes harder to find. Those who act quickly secure not just a coin, but a legacy, a story of triumph, and a financial windfall that few could imagine. Picture it. You hold the coin, it's authenticated, and suddenly doors open to auctions, high-end buyers, and collectors who understand its true value. The thrill, the excitement, and yes, the sense of accomplishment are unparalleled. In conclusion, imagine holding a coin in your hand that the rest of the world has overlooked for decades. A coin so rare that it could change your financial destiny overnight. That coin, my friend, is the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent no-mint Mark error. Yes, a humble penny, the same one you might have found under your couch cushions or tucked in your old coin jar, is now commanding jaw-dropping prices in the rare coin market. Some of these extraordinary coins are currently valued at a staggering $932,000. Pause for a second. Did you just think, that can't be real? Well, it is. And by the time this video ends, you might start looking at every penny in your collection with a whole new perspective. But let's take a step back. Why would a single cent, of all things, fetch almost $1 million? This is where the story becomes fascinating, almost cinematic. In 1981, a very small batch of Lincoln pennies was accidentally struck without a mint mark. These are called no-mint mark coins, and in the numismatic world, mistakes like these are not flaws, they are golden opportunities. They represent a moment in history frozen in metal, a rare glitch that collectors across the nation and the world are now scrambling to find. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Imagine you are at an estate sale or sifting through decades of stored coins from your attic. Could one of these overlooked pennies be sitting in your hands right now? It's the classic story of ordinary turning extraordinary. Every collector dreams of finding such a gem, and the truth is, demand far outweighs supply. These coins are no longer just pennies. They are treasures, conversation starters, and for some, a transformative financial asset. And here's a twist. Did you know that in some auctions, these pennies have sold for prices that would make even seasoned investors do a double take? Think about it. What other object in your life, costing less than a cup of coffee when it was minted, can now potentially be worth nearly $1 million? That's the magic of rare coin errors. The rarity, the history, the story, all wrapped up in one tiny piece of copper. And quick pause. Ever wonder if luck really exists? Well, in the coin collecting world, luck meets preparation. And those who act fast, who know the signs, often reap the unimaginable rewards. Imagine being the person who discovers a 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny tomorrow. How would that moment feel? Heart racing, palms sweating, because in that split second, your life could pivot from ordinary to extraordinary. Now, let's get serious for a moment. These coins are highly sought after. Every major collector, every auction house, and every investor in rare coins is on the lookout. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The longer you wait, the fewer chances you have. Time is the silent thief of opportunity. Those pennies tucked away in drawers, hidden in coin rolls or forgotten in jars. Once found, they can vanish in a heartbeat into private collections or multimillion-dollar auctions. But here's the silver lining, or in this case, the copper lining. You still have the chance to turn history into wealth. Knowledge is your key. Understanding the value of this 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just about money. It's about being part of a story that started decades ago and continues to captivate collectors and investors worldwide. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to hold in their hands a piece of history that could also change their financial future? So, if you have coins lying around, don't dismiss them. Inspect them, learn their story, and understand that among the ordinary, the extraordinary awaits. And the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, a rare window into history, and a potential life changer. Are you ready to look a little closer at the coins you've been ignoring? Because one glance could make you part of the elite few who truly understand the power of rare coin collecting. The moment you hold a coin in your hand, you might think it's just a simple piece of metal, a token of everyday transactions. But what if I told you that among the ordinary change in your wallet lies a ticket to unimaginable fortune? Picture this. A 1978 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny, not just any penny, but one with a rare mint mark error that has collectors across the nation salivating. This isn't a story about luck. It's a story about opportunity, timing, and the secret treasures hiding in plain sight. And today, this very coin carries a jaw-dropping market value of $957,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you might have overlooked in your spare change. Now, let's step back for a moment. Imagine discovering that a tiny error, barely noticeable to the untrained eye, transforms a humble penny into a golden key to wealth. The 1978 D penny is not just a numismatic anomaly. It's a statement of scarcity, a tangible piece of history that the U.S. Mint never intended to create. Collectors chase these coins with an almost obsessive intensity. Why? Because the market for rare errors is explosive. Demand far outpaces supply, and in a world where true rarity is priceless, this coin reigns supreme. And here's the kicker. Finding one is not just about chance. It's about knowing what to look for and acting before the rest of the world catches on. You might be thinking, is this really possible? Could this humble penny really be worth nearly $1 million? And the answer is yes. But the moment to act is fleeting. These coins don't sit quietly in drawers for decades. They are bought, sold, and auctioned in high-stakes deals that can turn a collector into a millionaire overnight. Picture the thrill of discovering one. The rush of realizing that an object you held as casual pocket change is now a prized artifact. A one-of-a-kind treasure commanding attention from seasoned collectors, investors, and even museums. This is more than a coin. It's a legacy, a symbol of foresight, and the ultimate conversation starter. Let's talk about the details because details are everything in this world. The D mint mark error on the 1978 penny is subtle, yet unmistakable to an experienced eye. Some collectors describe it as a misalignment, a doubling effect, or a striking anomaly that sets it apart from the millions of pennies produced that year. And while most people pass these coins off as ordinary, the experts know exactly what to look for. Humor me for a moment. Have you ever squinted at your change and thought, could this tiny piece of copper be worth more than my car? Sounds absurd, but that's the power of rarity. Now, I don't want you to get lost in theory. The truth is, this is an opportunity that demands action. The market for rare coins like the 1978 D Lincoln penny is hotter than ever. Auction houses report bidding wars that push prices to stratospheric levels, and private collectors are willing to pay enormous sums to add one to their collection. There's a fear of missing out here that's almost palpable. Imagine attending an auction, heart racing, knowing that one more coin could tip the scale of your entire fortune. That is the intensity, the excitement, the urgency that defines the world of rare coin collecting. And here's where most people stumble. They overlook the power of knowledge. Rarity alone isn't enough. Understanding provenance, market trends, and authentication is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. A coin like this doesn't just sit in a drawer. It becomes an investment, a story, and a legacy rolled into one small, shining disc. Every time someone secures a 1978 D Lincoln penny with the error mark, they're not just acquiring a coin. They're seizing a piece of history that will only grow in value as collectors and investors continue to clamor for it. Why now? You might be feeling a spark, a mixture of excitement, curiosity, and perhaps a hint of urgency. That's good. That's exactly what drives smart decisions in the rare coin market. Because in this world, hesitation can be costly. Every moment that passes without action could mean someone else acquires the treasure you were meant to hold. And let's be honest, who wants to hear years from now about a coin that could have been theirs for a fraction of the price, now gone into the hands of someone else? As we bring this story full circle, remember this: the 1978 D Lincoln penny error isn't just a collectible. It's a symbol of opportunity waiting to be recognized, a whisper from history urging you to act, and a bridge between ordinary life and extraordinary wealth. Whether you already hold one or are searching through decades of pennies, the possibility of discovery is real, tangible, and thrilling. The market is ready, the collectors are watching, and history has already declared this coin a treasure of immense value. So, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let it pass like any other day? Or will you take the step that countless others have taken and transform ordinary change into extraordinary fortune? The 1978 D Lincoln penny isn't just about copper and metal. It's about vision, timing, and seizing the moment. And in the world of rare coins, that moment is now. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something so ordinary that millions of people have walked past it without a second thought. But what if I told you that this very coin, a humble 1979 Lincoln penny, could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. $987,000 for a single 1-cent piece. The key lies in a rare, almost invisible error: the missing mint mark. One tiny detail, overlooked for decades, now turns everyday change into a treasure chest. Most people think of rare coins as dusty artifacts hidden in Grandpa's attic. But this isn't about history. This is about opportunity. Every day, countless collectors and investors scour the country for that one coin that could transform their financial destiny. And the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is the crown jewel they're hunting for. The moment you realize that the ordinary can become extraordinary, your perspective on change will never be the same. And here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Ever imagine telling your friends, "I own a penny worth more than a luxury car"? They'd probably laugh. But this isn't a joke. This is real life, real money, real excitement. So, how does a coin as common as the Lincoln cent reach nearly $1 million value? The story begins with the U.S. Mint in 1979. That year, Lincoln pennies were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each coin was supposed to carry a mint mark, except in extremely rare instances the mark failed to appear. These no-mint mark pennies are incredibly scarce. Only a handful of experts and collectors have ever seen one in pristine condition. Now, let's talk about demand. The market is desperate for coins like this. Wealthy collectors know that scarcity plus authenticity equals explosive value. Imagine owning something that most people believe is worthless, while in reality, it's a golden ticket. Fear of missing out is real here. Every day that passes without finding one is another opportunity lost. And that's why the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is in such high demand. There aren't enough of them to go around. And let's be honest for a moment. Who doesn't love a good twist? 1 second, this penny is pocket change. The next, it's the centerpiece of a multimillion-dollar collection. That's the thrill of rare coin collecting. The excitement, the anticipation, the knowledge that one tiny detail can change everything. It's addictive. It's what separates the casual hobbyist from the true connoisseur of wealth. Here's the truth. Opportunities like this don't wait. A coin that could make you $987,000 isn't sitting on every street corner. It's discovered by those who know where to look, those who are prepared to recognize value when others see only metal. If you've ever held a Lincoln penny and wondered if there's more to it than meets the eye, now is the time to investigate. Think of this as a call to action, not just for collectors, but for anyone who understands that rare, tangible assets hold power. Imagine the pride of saying, "I own something no one else does," and the security of knowing that asset could be worth nearly $1 million in the blink of an eye. The moment is now. The market is hot, and collectors are hunting. Waiting could mean losing your chance forever. And before you go, let me leave you with this. Humor me for a second. What if your pocket change were secretly your retirement plan? Sounds absurd? That's exactly how rare coin investing works. One overlooked penny today could be your financial breakthrough tomorrow. The 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's an emblem of opportunity, rarity, and timeless value. Remember, fortune favors the bold, and the bold are the ones who act when others hesitate. This coin doesn't just hold cents. It holds stories, dreams, and a nearly $1 million potential waiting to be claimed. Will you be the one to recognize it before the rest of the world catches on? Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, so rare, so unique, that it could transform your financial destiny overnight. This isn't fiction. It's the reality of the 1968 South Lincoln 1-center penny coin era. One glance at it, and you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a secret that the world has barely discovered. And here's the kicker. Its current market value is an astounding $973,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin no bigger than your fingernail. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see every coin you've ever collected. This coin is more than copper and mint. It's a rare misprint from the San Francisco Mint, a whisper from history telling us, "I am one of a kind." And here's the urgency. These coins don't just sit around. They are scooped up by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts faster than you can imagine. Missing this opportunity could mean letting almost $1 million slip through your fingers. Let's rewind to 1968. The United States was in a time of transformation. The Vietnam War was raging, civil rights movements were shaping the nation, and the economy was fluctuating. Amid all this, the San Francisco Mint was producing coins, millions of them. But in the quiet corners of the mint, a rare error occurred. A Lincoln 1-cent penny emerged with a misstrike so precise, so unusual, that it became one of the most sought-after coins in history. Here's the fascinating part. Errors like these are nature's way of whispering, "This is special." And collectors, they hear that whisper and act fast. Imagine, decades later, someone like you unearthing this coin from a jar in the attic, or spotting it in a collection, and realizing it's not just a penny. It's potentially life-changing wealth. Let me interrupt for a moment. How many times have you tossed a penny without a second thought? Now, what if that very penny was worth almost $1 million? Think about that next time you reach for loose change. That's the excitement, the thrill, the rare heartbeat of discovering something extraordinary hidden in plain sight. The 1968 Lincoln penny error isn't just rare. It's an incredibly high demand. Collectors across the United States and even globally are on constant lookout for it. Auctions have seen offers that make your jaw drop, and dealers would pay top dollar to secure one for their private collections. In a market where rarity drives value, this coin is the equivalent of finding gold in your backyard. And here's the secret most people don't talk about. The window to act is narrow. Coins like this don't linger. They get snapped up, hidden away, and sometimes never resurface. The longer you wait, the more elusive it becomes. The fear of missing out is real, and savvy collectors understand that waiting could mean losing almost $1 million opportunity, so here's your chance. Not just to admire a coin, but to grasp an extraordinary moment in history, to hold in your hands a rare error that is commanding the attention of the wealthiest collectors. This is the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovery, and the reality of turning history into tangible wealth. And remember, this isn't just a story about a coin. It's a story about opportunity. Your opportunity.in. The world of rare coins, the 1968 South Lincoln 1 cent penny error stands as a shining beacon of possibility, a testament to the incredible things that can happen when chance meets rarity. Are you ready to discover if one of these treasures is waiting for you? The time to act is now. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just a small, ordinary penny. Yet hidden within its surface lies a fortune that could change your life forever. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing rarities in American coin history, the 1975 Lincoln 1 cent, without a mint mark, a coin that quietly commands the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. Yes, what looks like a humble penny in your wallet could be worth an extraordinary $964,000 in today's market. Pause for a moment, think about that. A single cent worth nearly $1 million. And no, this isn't a story from a fairy tale. It's real. This coin, minted during a tumultuous period in U.S. history, slipped through the cracks of the Philadelphia Mint with a mistake that today makes it one of the most coveted coins for discerning collectors. Every detail, every line, even the absence of the mint mark, something most would overlook, creates an opportunity so rare that when it surfaces, it ignites a flurry of excitement in auction houses. But here's the real question. What if you already own one, tucked away in a drawer, a forgotten piece of history? The thought alone should send chills of anticipation down your spine. To understand why this coin commands such staggering value, we need to explore the story behind it. The 1975 Lincoln 1 cent was struck during a transitional era for U.S. coinage. Amid rising metal costs and changing minting processes, a handful of coins emerged with peculiar anomalies, most of them unnoticed for decades. The absence of the mint mark in this particular penny is not just a minor flaw, it's a whisper of history, a tangible link to the operations of the Philadelphia Mint, and a tangible rarity that experts dream about finding. Now, you might be wondering, is it really that rare? Let's put it into perspective. Out of billions of pennies struck, only a microscopic fraction exist without a mint mark from that year. Collectors who specialize in high-value coins often describe the hunt as a blend of excitement and obsession. Every auction feels like a race against time, with serious bidders vying to add this gem to their collection. And here's where the urgency hits. Coins like this don't linger. They vanish quickly, often selling within minutes of listing. So if you've ever brushed past an old coin jar, thinking, it's just pennies, it's time to think again. And let's inject a little humor here. Imagine telling someone, I just found nearly $1 million in my couch cushions. Only this time it's true, and no one will think you're exaggerating. The thrill isn't just in the money. It's in being part of an elite circle of collectors who understand the profound value hidden in what the ordinary eye dismisses. So, why should this matter to you, right now? The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln cent isn't just a collector's item. It's a statement. It represents the intersection of history, rarity, and investment potential. Its value isn't speculative. It's established and sought after, with serious buyers ready to pay top dollar to secure this extraordinary piece. Holding one isn't just about money. It's about holding a piece of history in your hands, a tangible reminder that the smallest things can carry the greatest significance. If you're someone who has long held coins as a hobby, or perhaps inherited a collection, the question becomes, what treasures have been hiding in plain sight? Each coin tells a story, and this penny's story is one of fortune, timing, and opportunity. The market for such rare errors is relentless, and demand continues to surge, meaning the chance to capitalize on such finds is fleeting. Every moment you wait, someone else could be discovering the very coin that could transform their life. So here's the final thought. Look closely at your collection, revisit old drawers, and examine every penny with the eye of an expert. That small, overlooked coin could be the gateway to a six-figure or even near $1 million fortune. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent is more than a coin. It's a legacy, an opportunity, and a reminder that sometimes history rewards those who notice the extraordinary in the ordinary. Don't let it slip by. Your discovery might just be a cent away from changing everything. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so elusive, that it could instantly change your life. Not a lottery ticket, not a stock tip, but a small, unassuming 1968 Lincoln penny. And yet, this penny carries a secret that has collectors across the nation in a frenzy. The 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin error. Yes, you heard that right. One tiny detail, or the absence of it, transforms an ordinary coin into a treasure worth $9.75, 000 that you might be thinking. A penny? Really? And I get it. Most of us barely notice the pennies jingling in our pockets. But pause for a second. What if that very coin, sitting quietly in your drawer, is the key to unlocking nearly $1 million? Would you recognize it if it was staring you in the face? That is exactly the question collectors and investors are asking themselves today. And the answer is sending shockwaves through the coin world. It's not just about money. It's about legacy, discovery, and the thrill of uncovering something no one else has. There's an undeniable urgency here because the market for coins like this is hotter than ever, and each moment you wait could mean someone else claims what could have been yours. Now, let's step into the mystery of the 1968 no-mint mark penny. In 1968, coins minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark, a seemingly small detail. But here's the kicker. Due to a unique minting anomaly, some pennies were struck in error, creating a variation that collectors now fight tooth and nail to obtain. These coins are not only rare, they are historic artifacts of American minting history. Picture this, you're casually sorting through your coin jar, and there it is. A penny that looks ordinary, but under careful inspection, it reveals a secret the casual eye could never detect. That rush you feel, the excitement, the heartbeat accelerating. That's exactly what seasoned collectors live for. And if you've ever wondered why coin shows are crowded with eager buyers, now you know. Opportunities like this don't come knocking twice. Quick question for you. How often do you find something you didn't know was valuable? In your own home? Pause for effect. Probably not often. And that's exactly why the 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to change your financial story. Here's where it all comes together. This penny isn't just a collectible. It's proof of vision and timing. Those who spot these coins early, who understand their rarity and market demand, are the ones who turn a small piece of history into a nearly $1 million opportunity. The market is in frenzy, demand is sky-high, and with fewer coins surviving in pristine condition, the window to act is closing fast. Think about it. This isn't just a transaction. It's an entry into an exclusive world of wealth, history, and prestige. Owning a 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny error signals more than financial gain. It signals that you have the insight to recognize value when others overlook it. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to be the person who uncovers hidden treasure? So, if you have even a hint that a penny in your collection might match this rare variant, it's time to act. Don't let hesitation allow someone else to claim what could be yours. The excitement, the urgency, the thrill. It's real, it's immediate, and it's waiting for those bold enough to take action. In the end, this is more than a coin. It's your chance to hold history, to feel the excitement of discovery, and to step into a world where a single penny can change everything. The 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just rare. It's legendary, and legends don't wait. Imagine holding a coin in your hand. A coin so ordinary at first glance that it might have spent decades jingling unnoticed in someone's pocket. Yet, beneath its copper surface lies a secret. A secret that today could transform into a fortune worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1992 D Lincoln penny could be your ticket to extraordinary wealth. But not every penny qualifies. Only those rare, error-struck gems, surviving decades of circulation, hold this staggering value. Now, here's a question for you. What if the coins sitting in your old jars, drawers, or forgotten piggy banks were quietly waiting to reveal their hidden treasure? Would you risk passing them by, or would you seize the opportunity before someone else does? You might laugh at the thought. A penny, a coin so small, yet potentially worth $985,000. But history proves that when the market discovers a rare mint error, fortunes change overnight. And that's exactly what the 1992 D Lincoln penny represents. A fleeting, high-demand treasure that collectors are hunting tirelessly. Let's dive deeper. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents, but among them, a tiny number carried a striking anomaly. These coins were misstruck, showing either a doubled die, a misaligned mint mark, or a subtle yet unmistakable imperfection that only trained eyes or pure luck can spot. What makes them extraordinary isn't just rarity. It's the thrill, the excitement of discovery, the "I can't believe this is in my collection" moment. Now, I have to warn you, spotting one isn't easy. The excitement is matched by the fear of missing out. Many coin enthusiasts have unearthed jars of pennies, only to discard the rarest coins unknowingly. Can you imagine discovering that your morning coffee change contained nearly $1 million? That exact scenario has happened more times than you might believe, and the market for these error coins is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, because these coins are vanishing from circulation at an alarming pace. Here's a humorous thought to reset your attention. It's kind of like finding a winning lottery ticket inside a roll of pennies. And yes, I promise it's not a plot from a movie. The stakes are real, and the rewards monumental. The 1992 D. Lincoln cent is now a legend in the numismatic world. Auction houses report repeated sales, sometimes quietly, of these coins fetching hundreds of thousands of dollars. And while some coins are certified and graded for perfection, many remain tucked away, waiting for the discerning eye to uncover them. The scarcity drives not just value, but urgency. Each passing day, more coins are lost, melted, or discarded, shrinking the pool of potential million-dollar discoveries. Think of it this way. In a world obsessed with fleeting wealth, this coin represents permanence, a tangible asset, a historic artifact, and a high-demand collector's dream, all wrapped into one tiny copper circle. For those who act decisively, it's more than money. It's legacy, prestige, and the thrill of owning something no one else has. So what does this mean for you right now? If you own a 1992 D. Lincoln penny, or even a collection of pennies, the time to act is immediate. Don't underestimate the value hidden in what seems ordinary, because in the world of rare coins, ordinary is the enemy of opportunity. Every jar of coins, every forgotten piggy bank, every dusty drawer could contain a fortune waiting for the sharp-eyed, the patient, and the bold. Here's the final thought. History has shown that those who hesitate often watch others seize the treasure, but those who explore, examine, and act transform their lives. This penny isn't just copper. It's ambition, discovery, and wealth all rolled into one. Imagine telling your grandchildren, "I once held $1 million coin in my hand." That story alone is priceless. So, take a moment, check your collection, and see if you're holding more than you ever imagined. Because the 1992 D. Lincoln penny error isn't just a coin. It's a phenomenon, a high-demand masterpiece, and for the few who find it, life-changing. The question now is simple. Will your pennies remain just pennies, or will one of them be your ticket to unimaginable wealth? This script is designed to stretch to about 10 minutes when spoken with pacing, pauses, and slight repetition for emphasis, using a faceless video format with visuals of coins, magnified errors, auction footage, and subtle motion graphics. Pattern interrupts like humor, questions, and vivid imagery keep the viewer engaged while reinforcing urgency and desire.